We have this breaking news to report. It's a police pursuit of a Dodge Charger, and Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal with more. We know this is the CHP. Des, where are you?
Hey there, Pat. We are in the Westlake district here, just trying to get our bearings as the suspect knowingly goes underneath us here. This is a fairly capable vehicle. It is a Dodge Charger, wanted for speed. A boy, were they going fast at one point, up to 130 miles an hour. So here we are at Glendale Boulevard, now onto Glendale. So this came out of the San Gabriel Valley. We first heard about it westbound 10 at Peck, so in the El Monte area. It's been CHP's pursuit, though, the entire time, but the guy was going so fast, like I said, up to 130 miles an hour, that they actually backed off on the ground, and they had LA County Sheriff's deputy's helicopter overhead that was keeping tabs on this suspect. They decided to re-engage, though, once they got towards downtown LA, just came blasting along the westbound 10 into downtown, and now we've kind of been on the outskirts of downtown. So we're right by MacArthur Park, I believe, right now, as yeah, we're right there, actually, Glendale and the 101. So not too far away, actually, Echo Park, correction there. So, you know, definitely an area where there's a lot of people out on a nice evening, potentially walking around. You saw the spotlight there. Looks like it might be kind of agitating the suspect a little bit, but the CHP is back there somewhere trying to keep up, and they definitely want to keep up now that they're really close to downtown LA, because we know what happens so many times when they head downtown, Pat.
Indeed, and CHP is on this. Boy, he's really going in and out of traffic now, Desmond, and seems to be picking up speed. These are on surface streets, as you mentioned, but the 101 is just close by. So you just wonder if this vehicle, if this driver would get back on the freeway, or if he's going to commit to surface streets. I noticed that he's been turning quite a bit since you've been on this pursuit, since we've been on the air, which we always think when they do these kinds of maneuvers or moves that they possibly have somewhere in mind to go, to possibly bail, or as you mentioned before, you know, ditch the vehicle, go in a garage or something. And I'm sure that's why CHP want to get this over with as soon as possible. Really haven't been able to do much, have they, Desmond, in terms of any kind of...
side of the roadway here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, and right through that. That is a green light there. But yeah, no, they've kind of had trouble, like I've said, keeping up with this. When we saw right when we came to air that there was a CHP cruiser that was right there, they might have backed off again a little bit. Actually, you just had a couple of LAPD there, right there. May have been holding traffic to keep people out of this guy's way. So they're definitely aware of what's going on. They are in their jurisdiction, and you definitely have plenty of communication going on with CHP and LAPD, and then again it's been Sheriff's Deputy's helicopter overhead as well. But yeah, kind of just all over the place, north, south, east, west, going underneath the 101 freeway multiple times right now. You know, are they looking for somewhere to get out of the way? Right through that red light there. Definitely a crazy one. So northbound on Alvarado right now. Southbound, excuse me. Thank you, Pilot Jeff, correcting me. We've just been getting turned in every direction the last couple of minutes since we got on this one. And the lights have been out as well. So we've got a dark vehicle, and they've had their lights out, except, you know, you see the brake lights. But look it up. When he's not on the brakes, there's close. No tail lights. He doesn't have the headlights on, actually, but the brake lights weren't working there. There was talk of trying to get a spike strip in place. They had one on the westbound 10 in the downtown area, just headed into downtown, but they weren't able to, I think, get anyone in place quickly enough because this person going so fast. So we'll see if, you know, they get an opportunity to do that, but because they're going so fast and just kind of randomly going wherever, it's going to be really difficult to get anyone in place with enough time to get out and lay down a spike strip and be ready for this person to fly by them.
Yeah, and certainly going too fast for a pit maneuver. As you mentioned, Desmond, you don't really see CHP. Are they far behind this vehicle, and we still have the sheriff's helicopter overhead?
Yeah, sheriff's helicopter still overhead on this one. Just going to widen out while I have a quick second. And you don't see any units directly behind the suspect at the moment. So, but, you know, we are right around downtown LA again, and you know, in fact, we are headed right back into the heart of downtown through a busy intersection right there, 2nd and Beaudry, underneath the 110. So, you know, now here we go into our favorite place for pursuits with lots of tall buildings.
Yep.
You got tunnels right here. In fact, he's going to be coming into a tunnel right now. So many things here that can benefit these suspects, and there they go into the 2nd Street tunnel, and we've seen a lot of pursuits end in frustration this way. And let's see if they come out the other side. This is kind of tough. We have to keep a pretty wide on this one to see if they come out. If they, try to make a U-turn, you can see that CHP has their spotlight there ready to see if they come out the other side. And now we actually even hear CHP asking us if they see him pop out. So they got their spotlight on both sides of this, and they do not see him. Is that the suspect right there? No, here we go. I think this is it here. Southbound, southbound Grand actually right now. So now we're right here at Bunker Hill over by the Disney Concert Hall. But you see just how it's difficult it's going to be. And if they want this suspect, they're going to have to get units behind him. Here in downtown, it's just going to be really, really difficult to keep up. I mean, we're pretty sure this is the car right here. This is that silver Challenger right here, but and kind of blending in as well. We saw him come out of the tunnel, now even using turn signals, and I think the chances of there being another silver Challenger in there are pretty low. So say about 90% certain that that's the suspect, but look, another big tall building to go around.
Exactly.
It's just really, really difficult here westbound on 5th Street now.
Desmond, did we know if there was more than one person in?
Into another tunnel.
Oh wow! Well, this presents such difficulty. Do we know if there was more than one person in the car? And as far as we know, this was still the want was speed, not like stolen vehicle or anything like that.
Yeah, the want was speed, and we don't know how many people were in the vehicle. It's nothing. I think they weren't able to ever get close enough to the suspect to make that determination. Boy, I'm just kind of trying to. It's just so difficult. Yeah, boy, I think everyone might have lost him now at this point. And we heard the air unit saying, "You guys need to close in. You guys need to close in." Because they knew what was going to happen here when you get into downtown LA. Now they're saying westbound Olympic at Grand. I'm not sure how you could be down to Olympic already, but that's quite a distance. We will see if we can follow this one, but yeah, it's just so difficult here in downtown. And if they want to be serious about trying to get these these suspects, here we go. Wow, actually got him.
Is that him?
But they've got to close in. They've got to get that's him. But they've got to get units behind this guy, or this is just going to continue, and it's just going to be too easy for the suspect to get away. So we'll just have to see how serious CHP is about wanting to pull this person over. I mean, 130 miles an hour, wrong side of the road, driving at times. We're 70 miles an hour on surface streets. So do you let this person go in the name of public safety and kind of let someone feel emboldened that they can get away from police, or do you try to re-engage and try to get this person in handcuffs tonight? It's that really tough, tight wire that all the authorities have to balance these days. But we're leaving downtown again, westbound on Olympic, and they've got the spotlight on them. Let's see how they react to it.
Alrighty, Desmond, this is Juan Fernandez along with Jasmine Veal, continuing this breaking news story here happening in downtown Los Angeles. A police pursuit of a Dodge Charger wanted originally for speeding at some point. And for the bulk of this pursuit, at least the one that we've been under it has been near downtown Los Angeles. We lost it for just a second here. You can see the lights on the car are not on, which of course makes for a very difficult drive on the streets of downtown LA, even at this hour. Let's go up to our Desmond Shaw live in SkyCal to bring us up to date. Desmond?
Well, yeah, Juan, just check out these speeds as we are flying all over the place here through the Westlake district and making our way towards Koreatown. Obviously, a very busy place at all times of the day. I'm making another turn here. We've just been going every possible direction around the outskirts of downtown and did a loop through downtown. And despite that, the helicopter is able to keep tabs on them, and that is with no CHP from the ground. So what is the suspect looking for right now? When there's no one behind them right now, they seem to have a pretty good, pretty wide berth from the authorities on the ground. You would think that, and they've been going through these neighborhoods that boy, we're pretty close maneuver right there, going over to the other side of the road to narrow miss there. So, just just ditch the vehicle. I mean, we don't want to see anyone get away, but at the same time, it's just getting increasingly dangerous for civilians and, you know, innocent people in this area. So I just don't know what the end game is here for the suspect when, you know, a lot of times when they have this kind of range from units on the ground that, you know, you think that that would be their opportunity to try to get away instead of just continuing to endangering themselves and everyone around them. But yet it continues here. Now,
Desmond, no units behind this driver, but we see that spotlight. Who's that spotlight coming from?
That is the LA County Sheriff's deputies helicopter overhead. So even though this has been CHP's pursuit, and not even sure if it's anybody's right now, but you know, yes, there they go. That's them going through the shot right on cue, but you know, wrong side of the road again, and at times blacked out. At least having the tail lights out. I think he at least has the headlights on, so people should be able to see the opposing traffic coming towards him. But now we're barreling back towards downtown LA. James M. Woods. It's almost like the suspect kind of almost just daring CHP to come and get him, and probably going back for another pass through downtown. And I've got to imagine it's just driving the pilot and the tactical flight officer crazy up there right now, because they're doing everything they can to try to keep tabs on this guy. But there's, you know, no one on the ground that seems to have any serious interest in stopping this person. So I just have to see how long this can continue before he gets out and runs, or, you know, worse if he crashes just with all the crazy lunatic driving.
Yeah, I mean, some narrow misses with other drivers, especially being blacked out. Speeds, as we mentioned, at some points 130 miles per hour. Speed was that original want, which is why we understand officers initially tried to pull him over. I know, and driving in downtown LA is hard enough on a normal day. You know, any
a lot
given
of
day,
one-way streets.
One-way, narrow, lots of traffic. I know at this hour, as we head into the 10 o'clock news here on KCAL, you know, not as many drivers out there, but look at this, flying through those intersections, Des. And they were calling for a spike strip at one point on Alameda. Oof. Swerving around this traffic. Yeah, very, very dangerous. And it's just, and no signs of even stopping at this point, or he's just kind of playing with, it looks like, you know, kind of playing around with the helicopter, knowing that it's above him and turning on and off the lights.
And so far, we haven't seen him pop out here from the freeway overpass here. He's underneath that bridge. Has he turned left, right? Is he underneath? Can you tell, Des? Is that him right there?
Look at that.
Oh,
that was like a Mission
open.
Impossible move right there. So they got out onto the freeway, left the car and drive, and so it's just coasting along.
Oh, wow.
And you've got, a little kind of ghost riding right there. So they are out. And, you know, look, we didn't have any ground units there. Not even sure if we have a suspect description. Not sure if that's anyone or if that's just someone that, this guy is pointing right there. But, the car's still coasting along right here. So now we've got, two problems. We've got a vehicle that's driving itself, just coasting along. Right. And we've got a suspect that is out here, and there's no one following, and we're not even sure what this person looks like. There's no ground units. You've just got one person that is there on the sidewalk, but it's anyone's guess if that's the suspect or just someone walking around. And so we have the airship that's trying to guide units in. They were talking about getting CHP re-engaged in this, but how crazy does this look? If you're out here driving on Olympic and here's this vehicle with the door open and it's just kind of crawling towards you, I mean, at least it's at extremely slow speeds.
Yeah, it's a good thing that it is slow right now.
Someone running across the street right here. Who is? No, I'm not sure. That might just be someone walking across. But look at now. You've got people that are coming out of LA Live right now. This vehicle is going to end up kind of bumping into the curb right here, maybe into this pole. Let's see what happens. So hopefully it's going to stop the vehicle and
hit the curb.
Well, no, there we go.
Okay,
all right.
Thank goodness.
So at least the danger to the public is over. But this guy's out there. And there's no suspect description. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder if this was a stolen vehicle. We hadn't heard that, but, this is not a cheap car, and you're going to just, bail from this and leave it like this over speeding.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure, but it's definitely worth wondering that. Just going to widen out and see if we can see the spotlight there from Sheriff. So finally we have a ground unit. And they're still just kind of looking on both sides of the overpass right there.
Well, some of the pedestrians, Des, were starting to run over and check to see if someone was okay. And then it looks like they got a little nervous and backed up once they heard the sirens.
More officers showing up here on scene,
it's
Desmond.
Kind of like Yes, so here we go. They're going to come and just examine the car and make sure that
Just
it's
make
empty.
sure.
It almost certainly is. And, coming out of the passenger side as well. So let's just double in as they're going to clear the vehicle here. But, of course, we've got the pursuit tint, right? The super dark windows. I never heard a suspect description or how many people were in the vehicle and, doing it there under that overpass. That's fairly unorthodox. I mean, we heard when it was going into downtown, I just assumed they go into a parking structure or try to lose the helicopter. But they ended up pulling a fast one where they left the car in drive, just jumped out the passenger seat, and we were right by LA Live as well. I mean, obviously so many places to hide. Just jump into a restaurant or a bar or the movie theater there. Just going to pop the trunk and make sure there's nothing nefarious going on with that. And at least the vehicle will be clear. But where the suspect got away to, that's anyone's guess. And obviously something else going on behind the surface, because you're not doing all this just over a speeding ticket, right?
And Desmond, this is a new technique. I can't remember the last time somebody took the advantage of a freeway overpass to basically ditch a car, take off running, and then the car keeps going forward. You don't know what's going on. It's confusing, it's scary, it's dangerous, and he may have gotten away.
Yeah, I think so. They're kind of having trouble just keeping or trying to pop the trunk on this Dodge Charger. Looks like they can't find the trunk release on this one, and you can see they still have their guns drawn, but it's usually just right there in the footwell, or there's like a little button that indicates it. Did they find it? No, that was the gas tank release, I guess.
If it's a stolen car, Desmond, a key fob maybe wouldn't be inside the car, right?
I wonder if they'll set up the perimeter.
That is very
and
possible.
look for...
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep an eye
out.
Yeah, Des, keep your eye on this. We're going to break away to some other breaking news.